Today we're going to be installing an 88cc big bore kit, high volume oil pump, heavy duty clutch springs and a 62 main jet on a Honda CRF50.
First step, wash your bike.
Remove air cleaner.
Here's what you need. Is a 10mm socket, then you've got to undo this with your screwdriver. And you don't need it off all the way. So you've got to get the pipe off. Take off that bit. You've got to push this back. And then you've got it out.
Remove plastics and tank. You got to pull that out.
You don't need to take off the tank, but it's easier. This one. And then once you're done, take off that and then unscrew it. Make sure the fuel tank's off. Then move this. Take the one off from the carby, and then that's all.
Remove carby.
On this. And that should come out. So you need an 8mm.
Remove exhaust.
And you can take the exhaust off. And then the one back here. And then you can try and do it with your fingers. Then you've got to pull this out. And so you need to pull off your spark plug boot. And then that's how you take off your spark plug boot.
Remove front fender.
So you need a 10mm and get this out. Then the ones two at the back, you have to undo the back ones too. And take this out.
Remove fork guards.
And that should come off.
Remove front wheel.
You can you need to do this off. What next?
No, it should.
Then you take that bit out, and then the front wheel should come off.
Remove head.
You need to undo this bit, these. And then you should undo them with your fingers and not lose them. And then this big bit would come out. And then pull this bit off.
Remove left side cover. Turn the crankshaft counterclockwise and align the T mark on the flywheel with the index notch on the left crankcase. The O mark should then line up with the index notch on the cylinder head. To make the cam sprocket easier to remove, undo the cam chain tensioner. Disconnect timing chain.
Undo all these. And then do them with your fingers. But don't drop it in, like I nearly did. And then you've got to undo this. And then you can do it with your fingers. And then that's done. And you've got to undo this. And can you hold the bike? Use the chain a bit.
Remove the piston. There's a pair of pliers in here. Check out the massive difference between the stock 50 and the new 88 piston and cylinder. Now is a good time to drain the oil. Remove kickstarter.
And then you've got to pull this out.
Remove right side engine cover.
And top one.
Remove the clutch lifter arm, the spring ball retainer, the oil through tube, the oil through spring, and the clutch lifter cam plate. Bend the tabs out on the lock nut washer and remove the lock nut with the special tool. Time to swap the oil pump. How exciting.
Remove this 2 hole for my oil.
Reinstall the oil pump opposite to how you removed it. Disassemble the clutch basket by pressing on the plates and releasing the large snap ring with the screwdriver. Remove the 4 Phillips head screws on the front of the clutch basket. Pull the outside of the basket off to expose the standard 50cc springs. Swap these with the heavy duty springs and then reassemble the clutch. Once reassembled, you can insert the clutch buffer springs into the front side. Install the clutch assembly onto the crankshaft, put the 40mm tab lock washer on, and then the locking nut. Install the clutch lifter cam plate, the oil through spring, and the oil through tube. Next, install the spring ball retainer and clutch lifter arm. Finally, reinstall the clutch cover. Install the piston. Thin, wavy, thin, black, silver. So I'll just demonstrate with the standard piston. So I've already put in the circlip on one side. At this point, I'll then line it up onto the rod, slide the piston pin through, and then insert the other piston clip. And I'd usually use a set of pointy nose pliers to put that in. Install the gasket and O-ring. Insert the dowels. And carefully squeeze each ring into the cylinder. Clean up any excess oil and install the O-ring, collar, dowel pins, gasket and the cam chain guide. Route the cam chain through the cylinder head and install the cylinder head. Check the T-mark is still lined up with the notch on the crankshaft. Now install the cam sprocket so that the O lines up with the notch mark on the head. Reinstall the left side engine cover. Reinstall the cam chain tensioner. Install the cylinder head left side cover. Note the position of the washers and nuts. Bolt the front wheel back on. Adjust the front brake lever for free play. Put on the fork guards. Install the front fender and tighten the 3 bolts. Install the spark plug boot. Set the exhaust onto the engine by aligning the exhaust pipe flange with the cylinder head studs. Install the muffler mounting bolt and joint nuts. Changing the main jet.
We're going to change the jet in this carby. We're taking out the carby ball.
So that's the main jet there, and that's what we're going to remove. Fasten the carburetor connecting bolt. Install the throttle valve into the carburetor body. Align its cutout with the throttle stop screw. Install the fuel tank. Reinstall the fuel line. Install the 2 bolts, washers and collar. Install the seat assembly by inserting the prongs into the retainers in the frame. Install all the bolts and screws and tighten them. Don't forget the trim clips. Push the centre until they lock in flush. Install the air cleaner. Clip in the crankcase breather hose. Tighten the connecting boot screw. And bolt the air cleaner housing back to the frame. It's time to fill it up with oil.
And make sure your bike's straight. If it goes up to there, then it's perfect. It's then, if you want to see a before and after comparison, click that link. Click on that. Ow.